Well, hello, my baby gorillas, and I did about an hour's streaming the other day there, only to find that the stream had cut out in the first 10 seconds. And now I can't stream to YouTube, so we're obviously getting mucked about here with being able to record. I don't know if it's the encoder or it's the actual websites, but something is preventing us from live streaming, which is very annoying. So, what are we going to talk about today? Let's talk about what's happening with the banks and the coronavirus helpline for Brexit, which is this. This is the governmental one. So let's hear what these individuals are saying. This might be long and drawn out because I think there's lots of wait time on this. Oh, brilliant.
Welcome to the Business Brexit Helpline, which provides information for businesses about leaving the EU. Please listen to the following options and choose the category that best suits your query. This information can also be found on www.gov.uk/transition. For information on employing EU citizens already living in the UK, please visit gov.uk and search Right to Work or call 0300 123 543. If you are calling about making customs declarations, simplified customs procedures, or need help with duties and tariffs, press 1. For general business support and information, including how to start and grow your business, press 2. For general inquiries for the Department for Business, Energy and Industrial Strategy or the Department for International Trade between 9 a.m. and 5 p.m. Monday to Friday, please press 3 for more options. If you are calling about general product safety standards or timber regulations, please press 4. If you are unsure which option to choose, please press star to hear these options again.
Welcome to the Business Support Helpline. Please note this service is for businesses in England only. For business support in Wales, Scotland and Northern Ireland, please press 1. For business support, this helpline deals with...
So I'm in Scotland.
If you require business support in Scotland, please press 1. Thank you. Please contact Find Business Support Scotland on 0300 303 0660 or alternatively visit www.findbusinesssupport.gov.scot.
So they should have played that twice. I mean, I don't know how anybody gets it down on first attempt, but yeah. Find Business Support Scotland. Contact us. So number is 0300 303 0660.
For calling Find Business Support. During these challenging times, we are currently experiencing an exceptionally high volume of calls and we must prioritise the most urgent. We thank you for your patience. We would strongly advise that you visit our website at www.findbusinesssupport.gov.scot. That is www.findbusinesssupport.gov.scot for all the latest information we have relating to the coronavirus. This includes the recent Scottish Government funding announcement. Details of the £100 million funds, including eligibility criteria and how to apply, can be found on the Find Business Support website. Please be aware, applications for the Pivotal Enterprise Resilience Fund are currently paused. If you would like to speak to a call handler, please choose from one of the following options. Please note the average wait time is around 30 minutes.
That'll be very boring.
One, to speak to the HMRC coronavirus helpline regarding funding for the self-employed. If you run a business or are self-employed and are concerned about paying your tax, press option 2 to speak to ACAS. If your inquiry is regarding employment, workplace or staff inquiries, including self-isolation of staff and sick pay, or please visit the ACAS website at acas.org.uk. Press option 3 if your inquiry is regarding business rates. Press option 4 if you have any queries regarding universal credit. Press option 5 to hold and speak to the next available inquiry officer if you...
Good afternoon, you're through to Ainsley, Find Business Support.
Hi Ainsley, my name is David Ballantyne.
Hi, how can I help you?
I've got a number of questions and queries. I was on the website yesterday for the loans for the coronavirus. I have got a bank account with Lloyds, but it's a personal bank account with Lloyds. And they're not going to give me business banking accounts. They didn't give me business banking accounts, even though I've got limited companies and I wasn't asking for any debt instruments before. So I don't understand how the banks are operating in this sort of oligopoly type of system, and yet I can't open a bank account for a limited company. I've never been in trouble with the police or had any issues that way. So why am I being denied bank accounts from like the Bank of Scotland or Royal Bank and the major banks anyway, so I can transact my business in the first place? If you're bringing in legislation, as the government bringing in legislation to prevent me from setting up my own bank, why am I being denied banking services to facilitate me banking? Why do I have to bank through my personal account?
I can't answer that.
Well, that's fair enough, right? Well, okay. Let me go back to what's relevant to you. So, why is it that? So I use my business. I've got both sole traders and limited companies. So I use my personal account because I can't get a business bank account. Which the business bank account, if I'm doing company accounts, would then be able to tally up with the requirements that the government have got for me actually doing business banking. But because I've got to use it, it's all conflated in my own personal account, my business banking. So, but using your personal account, even if you've got sole traders, which I've got a number of sole traders as well, they won't accept lending against the bank account, even though I've got limited companies and sole traders. They won't accept lending unless it's against a business bank account, and they've suspended all new bank accounts to actually have a business bank account. So how does my businesses get any lending if they're not giving out banking business banks before the coronavirus, and I can't get business banks, not even with lending, just to facilitate my businesses. And I have to use my personal account, and now I can't get any lending because it's gone through my personal account because I've been denied business accounts. And I've got business accounts with smaller banks that are now it's only certain banks that are giving the lending, and I'm now not able to access any. How does that work?
Yeah, it doesn't sound sounded good at all, that.
I don't have to pay taxes. Can I just not pay taxes then if you guys don't want to facilitate helping my businesses? Businesses.
Yeah. It's not us that make...
I understand, but I understand it's not you personally, but it's the government.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to contact or leave feedback about your concerns...
I would like to know what's going to happen. I would like to know, I don't mind leaving feedback, but I would like to know what's going to happen because of it. So I've been denied. So the banks, because of the government, the way the government structured the banks, are almost like an oligopoly. They won't give me, even out with the coronavirus, they've not given anybody new business bank accounts just now. They're not lending off the fact of me having a personal bank account because they wouldn't give me bank accounts prior to the business bank accounts prior to the coronavirus. They won't actually give me any lending on the personal accounts that the businesses have been going through. So how does that work?
I can't answer that, I'm afraid. Have you been in touch with the Financial Ombudsman?
Yeah, I'll speak to them in a minute. I've already been down to see the Financial Ombudsman. I'll put that up on the internet and a wee bit later on. But so what's going to happen? How can I raise money for my 3 limited companies and 15 non-limited companies?
Okay, what I can do is I'll give you the contact details for the Scottish Government team and you can feedback to them. They'll be able to give you some advice around that.
That's great.
Certainly. Their number is 0300
Yeah.
244 4000.
Right.
Okay, they've got a team there that's actually, they can handle, like, they'll be able to give you some advice around that, and if you want to raise a complaint with them as well, that will be fed back directly to the Scottish Government under the circumstances. Okay.
Right.
Again, I would talk to the Financial Ombudsman about your bank situation. Yeah.
Because I own the National Mint in the UK and can't get a banking account.
Yeah, that's strange, yeah. I understand your situation, yeah. The Financial Ombudsman will be able to give you some advice around that.
They're equally useless, but I will phone them. So what do I do now? How do I get access to funds then, under these circumstances?
All that we can do is offer you like what's on the website just now that the Scottish Government has announced.
No, so under the circumstances I've just said to you, what is it that on the Scottish website that my businesses will fit into?
Well, you would need a business bank account.
So I need so by being denied a business bank account to facilitate my businesses, that means I as a business are not able to transact business in a proper manner. I've got to give out my personal details, and B, I wasn't asking for any lending, just to facilitate the banking at the time, and I'm being refused a banking service.
Right. Okay.
And so now with this new lending and things like that, I'm still being denied access to any funding. I could be the next. I could be the next Google or YouTube, and because of the failure to actually be able to get me a bank account and no obligation on what is a banking oligopoly to actually facilitate me having a bank account to conduct my business, it means that I struggle to conduct business. And I can't get, and now under all the money that's getting put to other businesses, they're all getting the business, getting money, and I'm not getting any money.
Well, there's a lot of people in your situation that the government are looking into, that we have raised their issues with, that are missing. There's a lot of people that are not getting access to the funding that is out there just now in the same situation. So
are businesses just meant to go down, are they?
We have raised this with the Scottish Government and they are working around that just now, so we're just waiting on further announcements around that. What I could do is, like, there's a Citizens Advice Scotland who are also giving some advice for funding and support available for self-employed people.
Yeah, but I mean, if I'm going directly to you, how's the Citizens Advice going to advise me any differently than what you've done? You're basically saying I need a business.
They might have access to other information in your local area as well that we don't have. All I can tell you about is what's on that website about the pivotal.
No, but what you've said is that I need a business bank account.
Yeah, for that funding, yes.
For all funding.
Well, no, not necessarily for all funding, but the Citizens Advice Bureau might have further information around that as well for self-employed people who don't have business bank accounts. Okay. Yeah.
What's the number?
Do you want their? I'll give you their number.
Thank you.
0800.
Yeah.
023.
2581. Right, that's great. Fantastic. Okay. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Thank you,
Take
bye.
care.
So as you can see, absolutely useless. Absolutely no use whatsoever. Let's make sure this is just sent out. Oh, it's not even sending. So, let's keep going then. Not sure what's going on here. Things getting switched off and oh my goodness. So, it looks like we're back online. Not sure if you got all that to start off with. Don't know why Restream, it seems like Restream had switched things off. Quite incredible. So, let's go on to the Financial Ombudsman. What's the contact number here? Make a call protocol, send a number to you. For goodness sake. They make it so complex than government websites that I think a lot of people just lose faith. I mean, it's just absolutely ridiculously done. Oh, there it is there.
The Financial Ombudsman Service. My name is Caroline Wayman and I'm the Chief Ombudsman. In light of the developing situation around the coronavirus outbreak, we are having to work differently. This unfortunately means it will take us longer to resolve complaints. We currently have very limited availability on our phone lines. To ensure we're able to help those customers that have particularly urgent queries, if you can, please contact us online or via email instead. You can find all the information on our website at www.financialombudsman.co.uk. guerillatvchannel.financial-ombudsman.org.uk. If, however, your situation is particularly urgent or you cannot use our online channels, please stay on the line. We do record our phone calls. If you're happy for us to do so, please press 1. If you don't want us to record your call, please press 2.
So press 1 there.
If you're calling about PPI or because you think you're missold a package bank account, please press 1. If your call is about a payday loan, please press 2. If you think you might have been the victim of fraud or a scam, please press 3. If your call is about car finance or a problem with a car you bought on finance, please press 4. Or for anything else, please press 5.
Hi, Execution Financial Ombudsman Service. Can I get your name, please?
David Ballantyne.
And are you calling regarding a new complaint or an existing complaint?
I'm complaining on the fact that I have multiple businesses, and that on the multiple businesses, they can't get bank accounts. So when I go to something like Lloyd's or Bank of Scotland, just now they're refusing to have put up any bank account or provide banking services and set up new bank accounts. For this new coronavirus and actually the payments, you have to have a bank account. And all my bank, because prior to the coronavirus, the banks were refusing to give me a bank account to not even with lending, just to facilitate me actually providing services to my potential clients. Can you tell me why there's no obligation, considering the banking system is an oligopoly virtually, and there's a limited number of players? You made the banking financial ombudsman, the Financial Services Commission. I've made it so difficult to actually set up a bank that it prevents any true competition. Yet they're able to stop me actually having a bank account to conduct the business. Now I can't get any lending through the coronavirus. I've got 15 sole traders, which were going used through my personal account, and 3 limited companies. And I own the National Mint, and yet I cannot get a bank account set up. And I wasn't able to get a bank account set up prior to the coronavirus as well.
I'm sorry to hear that, but we wouldn't be able to show you from now because we're having the complaint set up and then us investigating what the reasons for that is. Now, we don't obviously regulate the banks themselves. That would be the Financial Conduct Authority.
Yeah. Well, what's the number for the Financial Conduct Authority?
Let me see if there's one of them for you. 1 second.
So this is the financial yeah.
Yeah, so we deal with complaints between customers and businesses that have been raised and dealt with already.
Right.
But obviously, FCA is the ones that regulate the banks, our financial companies themselves. I've got a switchboard number for them.
Yep.
But obviously on the website it does state that they will encourage customers or individuals to contact them via email. But let me give you the switchboard number anyway.
Yep.
It's 020 7066 1000.
Yep. Okay.
And there's an email address which says, do you want the email address?
No, it's fine, thanks. I'll go through this. So my complaint is that I've got several businesses and that they're not getting any banking services, both sole traders and limited companies, and I'm being denied banking services.
Yeah. So we would only be able to get involved with the complaint once the bank that you've obviously referred to have issued you a final response to help produce the reason why they're not being able to provide you the bank account.
They're not providing any banking services for new customers.
Right.
So I'm being forced to conduct my business through my personal bank account because they're not prepared to get bank details or bank accounts relevant to the pertinent businesses.
Yeah, no, I understand what you're saying. But we can't actually get involved in the stage until the complaint's been set up with the business themselves.
Right. Okay. Right. Thanks. I feel that was getting a waste of time. Just saying the same thing. So this is the Financial Conduct Authority.
Welcome to the Financial Conduct Authority,
Ooh.
the UK regulatory body. Please note we record our calls for training and quality purposes. If you're calling about being regulated, please press 1. If you're a consumer calling to discuss a financial service or product you've bought from a firm, choose 2. Or to speak to our switchboard, it's 3.
Yeah. Half your life is wasted with these absolute bozos in the regulatory organisations. I think they become more of a frustration than a help. Hi there. I would like to complain. I have multiple businesses that can't get an actual bank account, a business bank account. I have to facilitate my banking for both 3 limited companies and 10 non-limited companies through my personal bank account, which in turn has now not allowed me to get any access to funding because prior to the coronavirus, that they refused to set up bank accounts for me.
Okay, I'll put you through to our consumer helpline. Once I transfer the best option to you, then you can discuss further with them.
Okay.
Welcome to the Financial Conduct Authority. Just so you know, the FCA can only offer guidance about the rules and regulations of UK financial services and products, but are unable to give personal finance advice or resolve individual financial complaints. If you're calling to speak to your bank, credit, investment or insurance company, you have dialed the wrong number. We won't be able to help you, so please hang up and check your documents for the right number. Otherwise, please choose from the following options. If you are a business, press 1. Or if you're a consumer calling to discuss a financial service or product you've bought from a firm, it's 2. For information, thank you. You're through to the consumer helpline at the Financial Conduct Authority. If you've called us before and have a case reference number beginning with 2, please enter it now or press hash to continue. To speak to one of our associates, please choose from the following options. For questions about pensions or investments, including shares and cryptocurrency, press 1. For questions about claims management companies, press 2. For questions about PPI, press 3. For anything else, press 4. To hear these options again, press. Thank you. We're putting you through to one of our team. We record all calls.
Soul destroying this, soul destroying. And then they don't do anything. I mean, I don't even know what they're there for. It's a total waste of public money.
Information can be found in our privacy notice on our website. We value your feedback. If you're happy to leave your comments about the service we provided today, then please stay on the line after the call has finished. Thank you for calling the Financial Conduct Authority. You're speaking to Mary today. Can I take your name, please?
David Ballantyne.
Hello, is it okay for me to call you David today?
That's fine, yes.
Thank you. What prompted your call to FCA today?
I have got 3 limited companies. I own the National Mint Limited, and I am being denied the ability to set up a bank account. I've had to utilise my personal bank account because I am being denied access to personal banking. I wasn't looking at the time for any lending, but just to facilitate my business banking. Can you explain why the regulations are allowed in a system where there's an oligopoly of banks who you can't actually set up a new bank unless you've jumped through all these hoops, can deny people business banking?
Okay, so bear with me one moment. Your line did crack up there. So just from the information that I've got so far, so you, just to get this correctly, so you've got three businesses that you've been trying to open.
No. I've got three limited companies and about 15 non-limited companies. So I've got 3 limited and 15 sole traders.
You haven't been able to open bank accounts for them, is that right?
I'm being prevented from opening bank accounts. Now, under the coronavirus, nobody's able to open up a bank account, but prior to that, I was still being unable to open bank accounts to facilitate the business. Because of the almost monopolistic type of banking, I've now got to use my personal account to use the banking. Which shouldn't happen because it makes the accounting more complicated as well. So can you explain to me why these banks are allowed to refuse people bank accounts, business bank accounts? It then prevents people actually then developing businesses, and it then makes it far more complex. Why is it not the right of an individual to get a business bank account and facilitate their business?
So I can have a look into that for you just to see what rules and guidelines we do have in place in regards to opening a business bank account and what limitations there may be in place if there is.
Okay.
And is that okay?
Okay.
No problem. Just before going into the query for yourself today, are you happy for me to take a few details to log the call on our system, or would you like to remain anonymous?
I'll just, it doesn't matter. David Ballantyne.
And is this the best contact telephone number for yourself today, David?
Yeah.
Happy for me to just call you by your first name today as well for the purpose of this call?
That's fine.
Thank you. And if you don't mind me asking, have you also got a proper email address you could provide to ourselves today?
It is Guerilla, Guerilla TV channel at gmail.com. So guerillatvchannel@gmail.com.
Thank you. And for our research purposes, can I get you to confirm your postal code, please?
E for Echo, H for Hotel, 3, 9 Bravo Nancy.
Thank you. And finally, can I get to confirm your title, age and gender, please?
Mr. A male, and what else?
And your age, if you don't mind me asking?
I do mind. We'll skip that one.
No problem. Thanks for answering those questions there for me today. So first, I just wanted to ask you just a few questions about this. So what is the name of the organisation which has refused to open a business bank account for you?
Well, the Bank of Scotland, Lloyds has now done it. The Royal Bank's refused. I think the TSB refused to open a business bank account. A lot of them, nearly all of them, refused to open up business bank accounts for the company.
And are they giving you the reason
No,
why they're
no,
not able to open
no.
those bank accounts for you?
Not giving me any reasons. I own the National Mint in the UK and I still can't get a business bank account. It has to go through my personal account. So I need three business.
Okay.
I need three I need 3 limited bank accounts and 15 non-limited. Just now they might become limited over the period of time bank accounts.
Okay. In regards to when you applied with this firm,
Yeah.
when they told you that they haven't been able to provide you with those bank accounts for your business account, did they give you like an initiative as to why they weren't able to open it at all? Or giving you feedback on what you needed to do to open one?
Nothing. They just refused.
Okay. And just to confirm, you said that one of the bank accounts was Bank of Scotland and Lloyds. What was the other accounts that you've been having difficulties opening accounts there?
I've not had difficulties with personal accounts. It's only when I try and open a business account that it causes problem. And I wasn't asking for lending as well, so it was just really to facilitate what was actually happening within the business, because I was buying things and I wanted it recorded for the VAT.
Okay. And when you've been opening this business bank account, so for example, Bank of Scotland, did you go to store directly? Or
phoned them. I've been in the store directly. Phoned them. Yeah, I phoned them. Been in the store. Done.
The reason I'm just asking that is just to make sure that you haven't been calling or dealing with a clone firm that may have been rejecting you, so you've actually been to store directly.
No, I only deal directly with the banks. It's the banks that are saying no.
Okay, and what other banks have you also been to, except from banks and Scotland?
I've been to nearly every one of them.
So you still haven't been able to open an account with?
I've got ones from Cashline on the limited companies, but these are smaller banks, and I've heard bad things. One of my friends had a problem with them. He was not able to access his bank from this Cashline, and he couldn't access it. He went to the ombudsman and didn't have very much success with the ombudsman.
Okay. In regards to this, when you've been trying to open a bank account with this firm, have you raised a complaint or?
No, I've not raised a complaint. This is me just starting the complaining process. That I cannot get authorised to actually get these bank accounts. It then prevents me doing all sorts of other work, because that means I have to use my personal account to transact business, and that's not something that is beneficial. There should be a requirement on the banks that are almost in an oligopoly situation to provide these services. It's not. I fail to see how it's not in their interest to provide non-loan bearing accounts for business accounts. I don't understand why it wouldn't be in their interest to do it.
No, so I can totally appreciate where you're coming from there. What I can do is I can just have a quick look within our handbooks for yourself today, just to see whether there is any rules or conduct that we do have in order to help you and assist you with that process. Is that okay for me to just place you on a really quick hold?
That's great.
Thank you.
So as you can see, this is probably going to be a complete waste of time as well. This has been governmentally done, so again, they've got regulation. They should be requiring the banks to open up these bank accounts, not preventing them. I mean, how stupid. That means only some people can get banking services and others can't. The quicker that Scotland controls its own regulation of financial services, the better. Oh.
Hello?
Hello there.
Hello, thank you so much for waiting there. So hello, can you hear me?
Yep. Carry on.
Hello, thank you so much for waiting there. So I've had a look into that for you in regards to the information that you've provided to me so far about not being able to open a bank account. Within our handbook, we do expect firms to communicate with their clients. So within our handbook, we do have a rule that states communicate with clients.
Yeah, but they just ignore that.
In regards to the information needs.
They ignore that. So that's not. But why is it not compulsory? Why is it not compulsory for them to actually provide me a business bank account? What unless I was a criminal or a terrorist, or doing something fraudulent, and the bank had an understanding that I was doing something like that? Surely it should be compulsory for me to actually get a business bank account so I can conduct business, especially when the government are restricting entrance into the banking market and not allowing new banking entities, to actually be able to be set up to facilitate the business. So if I could set up my own bank to facilitate my own services, then that would be okay. But I've got to work through the banks that are available, and they're just saying no. So why are they able to say no in an oligopoly situation that they're running?
So I wouldn't be able to speak on their behalf exactly on the reason why they've been stating no to yourself. That's the reason why I was stating that we do expect the firm to communicate with you.
Right, so they don't do that.
Organisations and firms. So organisations and firms are. We do have rules that they do have to conduct due diligence checks on the accounts which they're opening, as well as.
Okay. Listen, let me just interrupt. Say I was a businessman before and I had gone bankrupt, or I had bad debt on my credit. If I'm setting up a bank account to facilitate a new business to try and maybe pay back the debt, and I can't get access to a bank account to facilitate the business, how's for instance, me having a bad credit going to actually, if it's preventing me from getting a bank account to facilitate me paying back the bad credit? If I'm not there doing due diligence and doing like credit checks on an account that I'm not requiring any credit for, I'm only trying to facilitate it, then why would you stop on the back of, why would you prevent somebody from getting a business bank account on the back of having problems in their credit, for example?
Unfortunately, I wouldn't be able to speak on that basis, as there isn't no rules I was able to find specifically to that. What you may wish to do on that basis is there is an organisation called the Money Advice Service, and they may be able to provide you with further
guidance on what accounts you may be able to get a business account with, and also give you further feedback on how to apply for those accounts as well. In addition to that, if you believe that any of the firms that you have been trying to open the bank accounts with so far are still declining you, not giving you a reason or an explanation for that, then it is within your means if you wanted to. You may wish to raise an official complaint with the organisations directly if you believe that they are not treating you fairly and they're not communicating with you the reason why they can't open a bank account for you.
Right, so I waste my time sending letters to them for them to write back and say, oh, we've got reasons and we're just not opening it. What rights do I have to get them to open a bank account for me?
So unfortunately, I wouldn't be able to speak.
So they don't have any rights. So listen to what I'm trying to say to you. Listen to what I'm saying to you. So the fact is that they're in an oligopoly, and if they just decide that they're just not going to bother open up an account, how do I transact business?
So unfortunately, so as I said earlier, it would be speaking to the firm in order to find out the reason why they're not opening this with you, as well as having a look around to see what organisations will be able to provide that for you, which I said the Money Advice Service may be a great organisation for you to be able to speak to, just to get further intakes and further guidance on what you can do next in order to be able to open a business bank account.
Maybe there needs to be a change in the rules. Maybe there needs to be a change in the rules. Maybe there needs to be a change in the rules if the banks are abusing an oligopoly situation where the rules prevent more competition in the market, and yet they're able to facilitate not actually providing bank accounts, which you would have thought that's what a bank was there for, to provide facilities for business bank accounts, especially if there's no credit being asked on the actual underlying bank account.
I'm so sorry to hear that, there. So unfortunately, there is no further guidance I would be able to provide to you on that.
Right. So who makes these rules then? Who's in charge of what's her name? Who was the woman that's in charge of the FCA now? Who's in charge of her from a political point?
So you want to, in regards to giving us feedback?
No, I want to talk to the politician. Is it who's in charge of the Financial Conduct Authority as a member of Parliament?
So, Ma'am Palmer, you would need to speak to your local MP.
No, I don't want to speak to the local MP. I want to know who's in charge. Is it the finance secretary, financial secretary? Who is the chap in charge of as the minister? What ministerial department is in charge of the ombudsman, the Financial Conduct Authority? It's an independent body.
So we are an independent body. That's correct. Yeah.
Well, you're obviously a quasi-government organisation. I couldn't just set up an FCA, could I? Maybe I should do that in Scotland. Maybe I should just set up my own FCA, make it compulsory for banks to give actual bank accounts to businesses.
Unfortunately, there is no further guidance I'll be able to provide to you. I can appreciate the frustrations of not being able to open a bank account at the moment. However, I have informed you on what your next steps are. You may. So
I've got to. So just to clarify, I understand, right? You don't need to listen. Just keep your sentences short, because there's no point in chuntering on. It takes a long time of other things. Just keep your sentences short. So your advice, just to clarify, is that you want me to write, if I don't get a bank account, you want me to write to the bank and then ask for a reason why letter, and they write back and say they come up with a couple of reasons. Then I just don't get the bank account anyway, so I've wasted my time actually writing to them. They've written back, and if they say, we didn't like your whatever credit rating, didn't like your personality, wasn't the type of industry they would want to conduct ourselves in, they can write anything. They write back to me and say, you're still not getting a bank account. That's me pretty much done at that point. Is that correct? What else is there after that?
I'm not advising you when as such as they're not legally trained to provide you advice. So So this is the guidance that we do.
No, I'm asking from the guidance. I'm asking for the guidance that you've just given me, if I'm interpreting it correctly.
The guidance which I can provide to you is if you get a response back from the firm and they're still not looking into that for yourself,
right,
then alternatively there is a separate organisation called the Financial Ombudsman Service,
right,
that you may be able to have a look into, and then maybe able to have a look into your dispute for you further.
So I go to them. They ask me for I ask for a bank account. They refuse me a business bank account, not asking for any lending. I've got to write to them a reason. I'd like to know a reasons why. So if they manage to write back to me to find out the reasons why, I then go to the financial ombudsman, and the financial ombudsman is really a toothless monster that won't instruct the banks to actually facilitate me getting the bank account. So I'll have wasted time sending my letter to the FCA, getting the letter back, then going to the Financial Conduct Authority, or the FCO, sorry, and then going back to the FCA, or going back to the bank and saying, right, the Financial Conduct Authority has stated you must give me a bank account to facilitate my business. That is absolutely ridiculous and a total waste of my time doing all that. There's what the
There is no further guidance.
So basically,
So I'm going to just have to interject. So you have been speaking, you're not allowing me to speak right now. So as I was saying, there is no further guidance I will be able to provide to yourself today. I have informed you on what next steps you may wish to take on that basis. Alternatively, if you're not happy with the information which I have provided to you today, then you may wish to seek some legal guidance just to see whether there's anything further they're able to provide to you on that basis. And there is the Citizen Advice Bureau. We do offer limited legal guidance and advice, and there may be an alternative road for you to go to, and I can provide you with their contact.
What was the money advice service? What was the money advice service? Thanks.
Their contact telephone number is 0800 138 77 77.
Right.
And the
So
advice
can I read that? Number? Can I read that back to you? Yeah. So can I read that back to you? 0800 138 7777. Is it 08000?
That's correct. Yeah.
It's 08000.
0800 138 7777.
Right, that's great, fantastic. So, yeah, carry on. What were you saying there? Sorry.
And then alternatively, there's also the Citizen Advice Bureau, which may be able to offer you limited legal advice and guidance, and their contact telephone number is 0344 411 14 44.
So I would suggest that, having listened to this conversation, that the banks are abusing their oligopoly monopoly and supported by the government, where that I, as a business, am being denied access to banking services, which is intrinsic to my business and me facilitating the business. And they because obviously they have got a stranglehold on the banking service provision, are basically throttling my business by the fact of a lack of access to banking services for my business.
Unfortunately, there is no further guidance I will be able to provide to yourself on this phone call today, as I have informed you in regards to what the next steps that you may wish to take are. So on that, unfortunately, so sorry about you not being able to get a bank account at the current moment in time, but hopefully the Money Advice Service and the Citizen Advice Service, and if you wish to raise a complaint, is able to help you further on that. So there is a really short survey at the end of this call today. I'm just going to put you through to that.
That's great. Okay? Thanks, mate. Worse than useless. I don't even know I mean, it is the ultimate runaround. I don't even know why they're there. They might as well not be there. The banks may as well say, well, we're in charge, you're not getting it. I think we need a deregulation of banking services. If banks are going to be like that, the sooner Scotland controls its own banking services, the better. And I think we need a deregulation in the banking industry. But I knew that anyway. 38. So this is the Money Advice Service.
Thank you for calling the Money Advice Service. As part of the Money and Pension Service, we provide free, independent and unbiased information to help you make the most of your money. To help us improve our service and to deal with your inquiry, we need to know more about you. This helps us provide guidance most suited to your needs. For quality monitoring purposes, your call may be recorded. During your call, we may also need to note personal information such as health conditions. At all times, your data remains confidential and in line with our data retention policy. You can choose not to answer the questions and have the right to withdraw consent or request your data be deleted at any time. For more details on how we look after your data, please visit our website at www.moneyadviceservice.org.uk/bn/corporate/privacy. If you have been impacted financially by COVID-19 and would like more information, including what benefits or financial support you might be entitled to, please press 1. If you have a pensions query and are calling between 9 a.m. and 5 p.m. Monday to Friday, thank you for calling the Money Advice Service. How may I help you?
Hi there, my name is David Ballantyne. I have got 3 limited companies and about 15 sole traders. And prior to the outbreak of COVID, I was still not being able to access a bank account from any of the larger banks. They were giving me spurious reasons about why they didn't want to open up a bank account for any of my businesses. So I was just wondering why there's like no obligation for them to open up a bank account. It's very difficult to facilitate any sort of business without a bank account. I was just wondering if I had any rights, and now the COVID lending, because prior to this I've been refused bank accounts for my businesses, even though they're incorporated limited companies and also sole traders. That the lending for the COVID requires a business bank account, and because I've been denied business bank accounts, I now can't get access to any of the COVID money that was coming out as well.
Okay, thanks for calling. So, David Ballantyne, could you just give me your postcode, please, where you're calling from?
E for Echo, H for Hotel, 3, 9, Bravo, Nancy.
Right, Bravo.
Nancy, November. November.
N for Nancy, yeah, so that's what we mean. Sorry. Just had a blank then. Okay, and could I just take your date of birth? Would you mind giving me that?
14/9/71.
14/9/71. Okay, super. So you are owner of or managing director of 3 limited companies.
Yeah.
And when you say you have 15 sole traders, do you mean working for your limited companies? They're kind of...
No, they work. Some of them work in conjunction. Some of them do other separate things as well.
They're linked to your businesses.
I've got a holding company called the Balcon Group, and that's the holding company. A lot of these are subsidiaries of the Balcon Group, if not all.
Okay.
And
they're all linked.
they're all some way linked, yeah. But they've got separate VAT registration numbers, etc. Some of them have, some of them don't.
Okay.
Some of them need to get that sorted out.
Sure. I mean, in terms of the sort of more general challenge of banks lending to companies,
I'm not asking for any lending. I wasn't sorry. The problem just now wasn't the asking for money. It was the problem getting the actual account opened. So
having an account.
just to bring an account. I'm not asking for any money. I would just to facilitate the actual movement of money, so that for accounting purposes, it looks like the money is going through the appropriate account. Because just now I'm using my personal account, and I can't now, because the businesses were moving through money through my personal account, I can't now go to the any lender now for the COVID and say, because you guys didn't give me a bank account, I've had to go through my personal account and I can't get any lending on the back of that. And even the sole traders would go through that.
Okay, I think probably this isn't the right line for you in terms of the bank situation, because it's not. Unless it's something that the government's implemented, the bounce back schemes. Have you heard of those?
No.
Okay, so I mean, then they are actually about loans. The only things really with
the bounce back, yeah, that's what I applied for. I went on for the bounce back loan, and the bounce back loan said that unless you've got a business account, so the fact that they weren't prior to the COVID, now they're not giving anybody business accounts. So all the business accounts, new business accounts have been suspended. But prior to that, I wasn't getting business accounts for my businesses so that I can conduct business. I wasn't asking for lending before, but now that they've got the bounce back thing, because they didn't give me banking before. The bounce back loan requires business bank accounts rather than the personal accounts, because they refused it. The money was going through the personal account, and they've refused to give the bounce back loan from the personal accounts, even though they were refusing business bank accounts without any lending before that, and they're refusing to accept personal loans where obviously multiple companies business was going through, because they had before that had refused to give bank accounts.
Okay, well, we have been told that with the bounce back loans recently, there are 8 lenders, and some of them will only lend to people, as you say, who've got existing bank accounts, but that others will take on new customers, and they've said that if you're a sole trader, even you can apply for that. So there may be some. I don't know how long ago it was you tried, but there may be some progress in that.
What's the list of what's the list of them?
I was going to say, we haven't got a list of the commercial organisations because we're not allowed to give out lists.
But it still goes back to my original point, though, that I'm struggling to get bank accounts. Now, the banks are almost like an oligopoly type situation, and there should be a requirement on the banks to actually give bank accounts. I can't facilitate my business, and without lending, just the actual ability to facilitate my business, without a bank account, and it's not as. Good. Sorry. I'm just saying it's far from. It's far from ideal. It's far from ideal having a limited company and having to conduct your business through a personal bank account. For accounting purposes, it would be much better to have it separated.
Sure, I did listen to a podcast on with the Martin's money saving expert this morning, and he did specifically talk about some of the different lenders. So that's probably worth mentioning to you if you wanted to go and have a look at that. Let me just find out where that is for you, so that might be a good start, because unfortunately we can't give out a list ourselves. We're not allowed to do that. But bear with me a moment while I just track that down, if you would. Sorry, it's on a bit of a go slow, of course. In the afternoon. Okay. Yeah, and it's where he takes some questions from members of the public, but one specifically was about the 8 lenders who have this facility available, and some who are only lending to the existing customers, but others who are lending
to a wider end of just having to whiz through a load of information to try and find this. I'm not finding it. Here it is. Okay, so it's on the BBC.co.uk podcasts. BBC Radio 5 Live, and it's specifically about it's one you can just listen to live. It's actually called the Bounce Back Loan, that one. So that might be worth you having a listen to. It's free, obviously, and he does mention a few lenders. It's about halfway through. But yeah, essentially what he's saying is that you don't, because those loans are guaranteed. I know you don't want a loan necessarily, but because those loans are guaranteed by the government, it's sort of got around a lot of the normal processes and checks that the bank will do.
Right.
So I'm just wondering if you have a look at that. I'm just wondering.
Yeah, I think that's brilliant.
Anyway.
Yeah, I think that's brilliant advice. The thing that I'm wanting as well, though, is the bank account to facilitate the requirements that I require to facilitate for my accounting. I require the bank accounts.
Yeah. So what I'm hoping is that if you find you can go and approach a couple of those, because a couple of them were smaller banks, the newer banks that have come out since 2008.
Right.
And if you approach them and say, I'm interested in this, but I need a bank account or a number of bank accounts for my businesses. Can you do that all as part of it and see if they do? I know some of them are done sort of on apps on the phone and things like that, so they're quite.
I've been turned down by one of them already. So another bank account they turned down. So I've never been bankrupt even. So I don't understand why they would be able to do that.
I think they can. I think unfortunately, in a way, the banks are commercial businesses, so they can do whatever they like. They can close their doors whenever they want.
Yeah, I know, but if there should be more, there should be a greater ability to have more players in the market. Then you shouldn't have this corporatist.
I think that's what they tried to do in 2008. So that's why some of these banks are growing, but they're still very small, aren't they, compared to the big ones? But I think that might be a solution for you to have a look at. Maybe contact a couple of those smaller ones and just have a chat with them. And I mean, also, do you have an accountant who does your account?
No, not just now.
Okay. I was going to say, because perhaps they might have some contacts as well.
Okay.
But that's probably a good option then, just to start with and see how you go with that. Also, is there any sort of federation of small businesses like that you're a member of or anything like that?
No.
Okay.
No, not just now. We're at stage one. We're trying to get the bank account set up. It's hard enough trying to get that done. Never mind joining the Confederation. I probably will join it, but to be honest with you, it's a real situation. Even just trying to facilitate the banks just now, everything's had to go through a personal account, which is not ideal for conducting business.
No, I understand, David. We'll give that a try, and then obviously if you're getting nowhere, you know where we are, so come back and we can always try something else.
Fantastic. Thank you very much.
You're welcome. You take care.
Thanks.
Best of luck with that.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Let's see what this guy's saying. Still going, unlike the other day. Still online. Let's see what's happening here with the BBC. I think we'll get rid of the FCA.
BBC Sounds. Music, radio, podcasts.
Welcome, Martin. What's on the agenda today?
What am I talking about today? Well, anything and everything people like, but the couple of things I want to focus on at the start. I want to talk about bounce back loans, specifically using bounce back loans as a form of personal income support for those who've fallen foul of the other support mechanisms, whether you're a limited company director, whether you're self-employed new starter or have over £50,000 of profits, or don't have over 50% of your income coming from self-employment. I also want to look at the new self-employment income support scheme that is starting on Wednesday for the first time. People have been doing eligibility checks. People are getting their appointments. So exactly how does that work? We'll be running through all that. But of course, anything and everything you want to talk about.
So Martin Lewis, founder of moneysavingexpert.com. Of course, there are other consumer advice and price
Effectively had to have had a business that's been running for a year. This is a much bigger cohort of people. And your small business has to have been impacted by COVID, but impacted by coronavirus. But that can mean anything from you being ill to, less customers, doors having to be closed, staff not being able to come in. This is 100% state-backed, the bounce-back loans, and they're not looking at credit ratings. So most people who apply should be accepted as long as you're eligible. You can borrow from £2,000 to £50,000. 9 banks are currently offering it. Some say only their existing customers. Others don't. So if your own bank, you're having struggles with their terms, you may be able to go to another. You can go to another bank. Now, here's the big key. This is the actual financials now. There is no interest and no repayments in the first year whatsoever. So
So let's list. In fact, let's go. So this is Edinburgh. Let's find out what they're saying in Edinburgh.
Welcome to the O2 messaging service. The person you are calling is unable to take your call. Please leave your message after the tone. To re-record your message, key hash at any time.
Hello there, it's David Ballantyne. I would like to speak to Business Gateway with regards